Hey folks, Chef Jesse here. Well, today I'm looking for my deli hat. I can't find it because today I'm making sandwiches. I like to wear my deli hat when I'm making sandwich. Anyway, folks, I'm making Philly cheesesteaks today, and I'm gonna show you the bread. I have about three friends that I think they live down south now, South Carolina, North Carolina. I don't know, somewhere down there, and they're always telling me, "Oh, Jesse, I love the bread. I love your bread. Just send me the bread." Believe me, if I could pack this in a box somehow, I'll ship it to you. I swear to God. If you figure out a way for me to get bread to you, I'll send you a couple loaves of bread. Look at that. Look at this bread. Look how delicious this looks. I just bought this in the supermarket. Nice and soft. Smells. Oh my God. There's nothing. Oh. Anyway, I'm sorry that I'm showing you the bread. I just want to show you that I'm making these sandwiches, Philly cheesesteaks. So, I'm gonna make Philly cheesesteaks and some fries. So today is it's definitely not a diet night, and it is greasy like a Philly cheesesteak should be, right? So stay tuned. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I am going to start cutting up my onions, and I want to saute my onions a little bit. I like to cook my onions first a bit, and then from there I'll add the steak, okay? And I'm using some shaved beef, some shaved, what is it, sirloin, I think. Shaved steak made for what I'm making. So, Philly cheesesteaks. My brain's not working too good today. Anyway, folks, I'm cutting up the onions, and I'm slicing it up. Let me turn on the thing. I'm going to show you in a second how I'm doing here. Okay. So I'm just going to add some. I love cooking with olive oil. Whenever I get the chance, olive oil. So I put a little bit of olive oil, just about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and I'm going to saute the onions. Okay. I want to saute. I want to let them break down a bit, and then I'm simply going to add the onions, the steak actually, the meat, and I usually put peppers in it. I don't have any peppers today, so we'll do it without peppers. We just do onions, but usually green peppers, or red peppers, or yellow peppers. But today we're just doing onions. Okay, so very simple. And let me bring you down to the pan to show you how it looks. There we go. Okay, so I just put those in there. I am going to, let me see. I'm gonna break these onions down, and then when they're broken down, and then I'm gonna cook the steak. The steak is already been cut, sliced, and thinly sliced and shaved, or whatever you call it, and it's gonna cook up real quick. So. And where you go, okay. And we're gonna cook those. We're gonna cook that up for a little while, and then we're gonna add the meat, and we're gonna do the French fries, and dinner is gonna be served real quick tonight. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, folks. So let me break down the onions. Like I said, I'm breaking down the onions here. Okay, you can see it here. Okay. And I'm going to break these onions down a little bit more. And I put some olive oil in there. And I am breaking it up. Then I'm going to add the meat to it, okay? So let that break down a bit. Using this cast iron skillet. Love it. Okay. So we're going to break that down for a while, and then we'll be right back. So folks, I got my French fries cooking. I got to raise the oil was warm, but I threw the French fries inside. It brought the temperature down, so now the French fries are sort of like not frying too good. So I just have to raise the heat up. And I'm here. My onions are nice and soft, broken down. And in about another minute, I'm going to throw my steak in there and start to make the steak. And then I'm going to warm up the bread. I'm going to, after the steak is done, I'm going to throw my cheese in there. I'm going to use a combination today of American, mozzarella, and Parmesan cheese. I'm going to use a combination of 3 cheeses and top of this. I'm going to mix everything up. It's going to look great. It's going to look greasy. It is. I'm telling you now, this is not for diet. And anybody who's on a diet is going to kill me. Oh my God, what is he doing? And if you're a vegetarian, you're really going to kill me. And Gilbert's going to do double exercise on his exercise by tonight. So anyway, and this is the holidays. You have to cheat, folks. This is the holidays. This is not a time to start a diet. Come on. You know, all this good food out there, and every place you go to, there's food and desserts and cookies and all kinds of stuff. So this is not the time to start a diet. Not that I'm going against anybody who's dieting. Hey, more power to you, but this is not the time. And I know everybody goes, well, I'm going to start the new year, and it never happens. A New Year's resolution never start, but some people do. Anyway, folks, I'm cooking here while I'm talking. I'm breaking down the onions more. No peppers today because I don't have peppers, but you can use green peppers, yellow peppers, red peppers. Gives a little bit more enhanced taste. But today we're just going to do the onions, and I'm going to do a combination of 3 cheese. Philly cheesesteak. Sometimes usually you have they use Cheese Whiz. Actually, there's places that use Cheese Whiz, and that's it's supposedly the traditional way, but I don't know. But I'm going to use 3 cheeses. And okay, my fries are starting to fry now. I was worrying about that, so it's picking up. So I'm going to start throwing my steak in there, and watch me. So folks, you see how my steak, this is shaved steak. You got to go to the deli or to a nice place. You can go to Target. They have it. They sell this shaved. The steak is shaved. The beef. No, it's not shaved with a Gillette or Mach 3. So hold the jokes. This actually looks like chopped cheese. Very similar. And I'm going to put it into a little mountain like this, and I'm going to start putting the cheese on top so the cheese melts. I got the nice bread, nice and crunchy, warming up. Like I said, this is not for anybody on a diet. Well, there's a lot of grease. Well, not too much grease. I mean, this is olive oil, and that's it. I mean, that's all I use, olive oil to cook. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just shaking around the steak, making sure that everything is done, everything, spreading it out. I want to make sure that everything is cooked thoroughly, and it looks like there's no more redness in it. And a lot of the liquid you see is a lot of water coming from the steak, so it's not grease or anything. This is mostly water that the steak is releasing. So don't get scared. It's not grease. It's just water from the steak. Okay. So now comes the greasy part. I'm gonna put the cheese on there, of course. Cholesterol free. But I took actually my cholesterol pill this morning, so hopefully it works. So I'm gonna use some mozzarella cheese first. I'm gonna put it on top so I can melt it. So it'll melt there with the heat. I'm just going to use a little bit, just enough to spread it out a bit. And like I said, you can use Cheese Whiz. Last time I used Cheese Whiz. It was perfect. I think the Philly cheesesteaks in Philly, I didn't use Cheese Whiz. And I know when I go to the St. Gennaro feast, they use it's like a Cheese Whiz they use. And now I'm using some provolone. This is just leftover provolone, and I'm just trying to get rid of it. So I might as well use it on my steaks. There's a lot of cheese. And then I'm going to put my American cheese on it. So yeah, definitely, people are going to say, oh, he's going to have a heart attack. Yeah, well, yeah, I might one day. You never know. It might not be the food. It might be the people. It might be the people of New York City might give me a heart attack. So this is for 2 sandwiches. So don't think that all this cheese is on sandwiches. We're going to break this up. We're going to have this melt down. Okay. And there goes your mozzarella cheese. It's nice and melting now. It's gooey. My French fries are almost done. You got to time this right so everything comes out at the same time. So my American cheese is starting to melt. So in a few minutes we are going to be ready. Okay. So my cheese is melting. My American cheese, my Swiss cheese, and my provolone, mozzarella, provolone, and American combination. And this is gonna be for two sandwiches, okay? And so give it another second or so. I don't want to burn the meat. It's starting to, okay? So it's starting to brown too much. So it's time to get it out and put it into the bread. And let me show you how I do it. Take some of this bread out of here, some of this dough, and then I'm going to cut this in half here, and I'm going to start scooping it up and laying it out. Oh, you go, look at that. Just like the St. General Feast. Or if you go to Philly, have one of those Philly cheesesteaks. There you go, look at that. Look at how delicious this looks, folks. When you want to, the bread is nice and toasty. There's a lot of onions in there. The cheese, oh man, this is delicious. Let me turn this off. The cast iron keeps it warm. Let me just give it a little scoop here. Put some more up on top. Some onions. Get some onions. Gives it a flavor. Yeah, folks. This. I know you want to eat one of these. I know your mouth is watering. I'm sorry. There you go. And here comes. Don't drop the hero. Okay. There we go. We open it up. Remember, when you're doing this, don't cut the bread all the way through. You know, you only do that when you're making a sandwich. You know, like an Italian hero or something. When you're doing this, you don't cut the bread through, okay? And there it goes. Look at that. And look at this. The bottom is coming out nice and caramelized because of the heat. So that onion looks real nice and brown and caramelized. And there you go. Look at that. Look at that, folks. I know some of you are saying, I want one of those sandwiches. I know you. The guys that are diet, I'm sorry. I understand. I do fully understand you on a diet. And I don't beat you over the head for it. But this show is not for people on diets. Only once in a while I have diet stuff. But, you know. Like I said, it's the holidays. So anyway, folks, my fries are almost done. They're nice and golden. And I'm gonna come right back after this to show you how it looks. Well, folks, I'm taking my French fries out of the. Sometimes I put my French fries, I run it through the air fryer. Today I just cheated. I ran it through some canola oil, some nice, good, high quality canola oil. Believe me, $20-something dollars a gallon. It's good canola oil. Okay, you got to look for it. It says. Somebody asked me what let me see, let me show you, because somebody the other day texted me actually. Canola oil, non-GMO oil, okay? It's about $20 and change for this whole gallon. You get it on Amazon. It's the most healthiest, I wouldn't say the most, but it's one of the better, healthier oils to fry in than that Mazola and that corn oil and, you know, all these other oils. And this is the good stuff. And I fried my French fries in it. Usually I use the air fryer. Air fryer is good. It's great. If you have a chance, if you don't have one, you should buy one. I like it, but you know, sometimes the things are just not meant for the air fryer. I don't know. So anyway, and I'm draining my fries. I always drain them in paper towels. I put it into a bowl like this, and I drain my fries, and I actually shake them around and I drain them from any excess oil. So that's a good idea there alone, you know. In a bowl, and I just let it drain there for a little while I put the rest of the food together. I'm gonna cut the sandwiches now in half, and you're gonna see that crunch. You're gonna hear that crunch of the sandwich. And there it goes, folks, and you can see that. And this is my bread here, and listen carefully. Look at this crunch. Hey, listen to it. Look at that. Whoa, man, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can't beat that crunch. So yeah, folks. Now I'm going to put the French fries on because they've been draining for a little while. And we're going to go to the table. I'm going to show you how it looks. So folks, I'm at the table now, and I'm going to show you. This looks delicious, really does. Let me show you. Okay, so there goes your fries, nice and crispy. These fries are good, nice looking. There goes your steak. Okay, you guys saw me, I poured it in there, but let me just show you. Lift this up a bit there. All the cheese is melted, everything, and then like the bread is nice and crispy. And there goes the other sandwich, the fries, and yep, looks good. Looks wonderful. So folks, that's it for today. Very easy Philly cheesesteak. Definitely not a diet food. Definitely for not somebody who's watching their sodium intake and all that other stuff. Anyway, I didn't put too much salt. I used garlic. It has cheese and stuff, but I used garlic and a little bit of salt and pepper. But I love garlic. I put garlic in it. So anyway, whatever it is, right? And that's today's dinner. Tomorrow will be another day, and we'll think of something else for tomorrow. So anyway, folks, with that said, I love you guys. You know, we're coming close to the holidays. I know it's very stressful. It's very painful. We've lost friends and family members and all that stuff. But let's try to get through these holidays. Make the best of it. If you have any friends that are alone, that live alone or something, give them a call. You know, elderly, check up on them. Old friends that you haven't spoken to in 10, 20 years, call them up. I have a friend right now who I haven't seen in about 20 years. And today I was going to call him up. And pretty soon, if he knows who he is, I'm going to give him a call. I'm going to surprise him and say, hey, hello, what's up? Because that's what the holiday is about, you know, remembering old friends and traditions and all kind of good stuff. Anyway, folks, too much talking. I got to go get because my food's going to get cold. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys.